Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Bachelor Podcast, bringing you the deepest lore and the wildest side tangents of the Bachelor franchise. I'm your host, Quinn Marsh, and this is my co-host, Josiah Lashley.
We gotta get like a dance. The dance
Yeah,
for
the. Is there any Bachelor dances? Some famous.
Well, we had some a little bit this episode. I don't know if it was.
Gosh.
I don't know if it was famous. I don't know how big of a page in the lore it'll get, but
Yeah.
just a little footnote.
Oh boy. Also, I guess Grant's thing this season, his graphic is just like dancing in front of a brick wall. What?
That's true. I guess he's just like.
At first, I thought that was just one of the promo things, but I'm like, oh, this is the graphic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all right. Just found a random brick wall.
But yeah, that was pretty funny.
All right, so you liking this season?
Dude, it's one of those ones that's kind of similar to Joey in the sense of like, dude, these women's hearts are getting freaking broken, dude. Night 2. So that's that's wild. Like, okay, so we're just gonna jump around.
Oh yeah.
Very end of the episode. Honestly, I kind of forgot this girl was was even. I forgot who she was.
Dude, this was brutal.
It was so brutal.
I thought no way they'd send her home after the edit they gave her.
Yeah,
Anyways,
exactly.
Tell it.
So, yeah, basically her name was Ella, and she like, honestly, pretty minor character until like, yeah, she just like wasn't feeling that good. But it's like he said something. He starts off very end, very last cocktail party. It was not canceled this time, and he was like, you know, I know what it takes to find love, and I'm ready for that. And I'm emotional intelligence, yada yada yada. And then she's like, oh, you know, I feel that's so hard. I actually wrote like a poem for you, or like a little letter or whatever. And then he was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna keep this. And it was like, okay, yeah, dude, wow, she did it. She nailed it. And that was a good conversation.
Yeah, she was like, oh, mind if I keep this? And
yeah,
she was like, oh, of course, it's for you.
And she was like, and she exited like, I couldn't have asked for anything more. Like, I'm gonna get a rose tonight. I'm going to get a rose tonight. And yeah, then just like, well, then comes the rose ceremony.
Yeah, then we go into the rose ceremony.
And what were you thinking, like, at the end? Because there was some, dude, I'm gonna be real, like, at night 2, that was probably like the craziest, like, I feel like, dude, okay, people are already going home. Like, night 2.
Yeah,
I feel like that never
Sure.
happens.
Yeah, usually you still got some no-namers going home at night 2. There's a couple I'm like, dang, they sent her home.
Yeah.
Anyways, this girl Ella. So if you've seen Bachelor, you know during the final rose, they always intercut like side interviews with these people, so that you get the people like you get their thoughts. They're like, ooh, what's gonna happen? And this girl, the producers did her so dirty. Like during the ceremony, they cut her saying like, oh, I am definitely getting a rose.
Yeah.
And then she said some other stuff like, I just can't imagine not getting a rose.
Not
like,
getting a rose.
I can already see a future with him. And then they get down to the final rose, and I'll be honest, I was looking at the people left. I'm like, dang, there's no way it's her.
I know.
Who did get the final rose?
I was like, there's no way Chloe doesn't get the rose, bro. Like, she won the MVP. I feel like their conversation was so good.
Chloe. Wasn't there was another one in the final.
There was another one.
I was like, shouldn't they
forget
get it?
Or damn, the nicknames. I forget what Chloe's nickname was, but The girl that was like who got the first kiss, even, I think. I forget her name. It was like Kaylina or something like that. I don't know. Let me pull her
I'm
up.
looking at my list here. Yeah.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Hopefully this is in order. It is not. Um, oh, Alicia. That's who it was. Alicia went
That
home.
was another weird speller.
Yeah,
Basie. Oh,
exactly.
I called her Basie.
That's yeah. So Basie went home.
Basie went
Dang.
home.
And the people, and there was a few. Yeah, dude, we're already like kind of here. Oh, the girl that I honestly couldn't believe got a rose was Bob. I couldn't
Bob?
believe Bob got rose.
Yeah.
I
I
felt like she was
They did have
crying
a
and like,
good first conversation that first day though.
oh, okay. But yeah, I
But
feel like it just like with all these other
yeah.
heavy hitters though, I was like, dang, yeah, there's just no way. But yeah, wow.
Speaking of Bob, I didn't watch the Batch fan take last week, but he
Mm.
said about Bob, he's like, she's a social media influencer.
Oh
And he's like,
yeah,
she's
dude.
just breaking the fourth wall and just admitting she's a social media influencer.
Yeah, no hiding it.
So when
Respect.
people can't be like, you're not here for the right
It's
reasons,
like
she's like, I already told you. I already
yeah,
told you I'm
it
here.
reminds me of like those you know, like when a homeless person has like a sign and it says like "Why lie? I just want beer" or something like that. That's like
Yeah.
that's kind of what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
But anyways, why lie? But yeah, that was I I I especially okay. I didn't. I thought he would have chose Ella over Bob after the last their both of their last conversations.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
damn, dude, he did. That was so dirty. So dude. I'm seeing it now. I haven't seen the preview still, but I'm seeing it. Like, dude, he's just not gonna be able to choose. Like,
Yeah.
both women are gonna be absolutely in love with him, and he's just not gonna know what to do.
Yeah, this is the opposite of Jen's season. Like Jen had
Yeah,
the worst
yeah,
group.
true.
She probably had trouble deciding because they're so horrible.
Yeah, for real.
Grant's gonna have trouble deciding because
Yeah,
they're
true.
he's got a packed
And it was
squad.
similar. Like, I wonder if he, but yeah, if he does do the whole, he can't choose, then he doesn't do the Joey strat, which is, I like Joey at some point. He just like he picked Kelsey, you know, like, and he just like locked in on that, and he just like went through the motions.
Yeah, and they try to edit it as best they
Yeah,
can.
yeah.
They've said in podcasts later that like
They suppressed their
when Kelsey
conversations.
did that whole note shenanigan, you remember?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um, they really blew that out of proportions, and I guess at that time Joey already knew it was her, like that
Yeah.
soon. So,
Yeah. I believe it.
anyways,
I believe it.
this season, probably not.
It is going.
Pretty close
Yeah,
race.
it's gonna be. You know what? One thing they haven't said, or have they said it? Like you haven't seen a season like this before, or whatever. Something that's never
True.
happened before.
They're just being honest. They're like, hey, this
Just
is
being honest. I
regular
respect
old
it.
season.
They're like, we got to be like Bob. Let's just be honest.
Should be honest.
Um, but yeah, so that is that. So that was
All
the
right.
that was one of the most shocking things in the episode. That was
Yeah.
too funny.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, so skipping around here. What'd you
Mm.
bring for us? Actually, I'll go first. I
Oh,
think you went
yeah,
first
yeah,
last
go
week.
for it.
Because we'll save yours for last. You're probably gonna beat me in this
Oh,
category.
I don't know about today.
Oh, today we have some freshly chopped bells.
As a dessert, let's go.
Yes. I think
Okay,
it's the most
honestly, I
healthy
didn't know if I
dessert.
would beat you, but
I think you are.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
you
I
beat
will.
me this week.
I just got this little. Actually, it is kind of on theme. Little heart
Hey.
cookie thingy. This is what Grant did right here to Ella. Kaboom.
Dang, that was pretty graphic.
Yeah, true. But yeah, that was damn, kind of ruthless.
Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
So let's get into quotes.
Oh, quotes. Damn, I don't know if
Um,
I did. I did not do quotes this time.
I just have
But
one.
oh, let's go. Hit me.
So Jesse just broke out of robot mode. Um, normally he's in robotic host mode,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's like we saw a slice of his soul.
Oh, let's
The
go.
one he walks in right at the beginning of the episode, and one girl is holding a rose.
Oh.
Who didn't get one, and she's like, I believe in the power of manifestation or something, or she's like, I'm manifesting that I'm getting a rose this week. Did that girl even get a rose? I don't know.
No, that was the funny thing. Yeah,
She didn't get one.
she didn't
Oh
get
my
one.
gosh. Anyways, and then Jesse just like breaks from script, looks her straight in the eyes, and he's like, "Wow, that's awesome. I too believe in the power of manifestation." I was like, "What?"
I do. Yeah, I know
So
exactly what
funny.
you're talking about. That definitely was off script. He was just like, "Oh wow, yes, I too believe."
Yeah, it's totally off script.
Dude, I wonder if it just like kind of Loki is just like an AI though, you know, like because I feel like even the
Yeah.
way he said it was just very AI like.
It was a
Oh
little.
yes, I too believe in the power of manifestation.
Yeah, it was off script, but it was still like.
Oh,
I
I guess one of the quotes I have is just like something happened. Is Jesse gave back the man, the myth, the legend back to Grant. It was like right before the basketball game. So yeah, they do a group date. And remember last episode I said Grant says, "Oh, Jesse, the man, the myth, the legend," and I was like, "What the heck?"
Mm-hmm.
But then Jesse gave it back to Grant. So it's notable. You're
Wait, what
just
do
like,
you?
wait, why are you talking about this? You're just like, why are you talking about this?
Wait, he said that back to him?
Well, all he said is like when they were getting ready for the basketball game, when they're like lining up as like the announcers, he's like, "Oh, we have whoever here is sports announcer, and then we have the man, the myth, the legend, Grant or whatever."
Oh.
So he just said the same thing back to him.
That
So very like .ai,
okay.
Jesse.ai is what I was
That
going
went
for.
straight over my head.
You're just
Maybe they're all
your look
AI.
was just like, why are you talking about them? Ah. But
They're
Yeah.
all AI trained off the same data.
they exactly. All right, let's go. Yeah, dude. Okay, one thing I realized though about so we're going. Honestly, I don't remember what happens first. The singing date happens first, right?
No, the basketball date is first.
Basketball date happens first. Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so we go basketball date, 1-on-1 with Alex, Llama Girl,
Llama girl,
and
drama llama,
then we finish with the singing.
and then
Person
Ooh.
singing date.
That was cringe as can be. But yeah, I guess we'll
Yeah,
go.
that-
So basketball date. Now, did we ever make proposals on like who are like villains gonna be, or no? I don't think so.
We might have mentioned it, but it
Because I
wasn't
feel like
official.
it's just I remember Gen season it was like almost so easy to pick the villains out. This seems a bit tougher, but it seems like Zoe's gonna be, which is funny because your sister Zoe. Zoe's gonna be the villain
Yeah.
this episode or this season, but I don't think she's like super out of line.
Yeah,
I do think
Totally.
stealing them for like so yeah, they go to this group date and they're all like, "Oh, yo, you're gonna have to like practice this," and they don't tell them they're gonna do it a game later. Like, "Oh, I want you to see a dunk." A couple people dunk, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna sacrifice my shot and go steal you, Grant."
which
like-
makes no sense.
Which
First
makes
off,
no sense.
Like, how are those equivalent in any
I
way?
know, I know. And then they go to the top of the roof. Like, yeah, she legit steals them. And I don't know for how long they say, but it seemed like in the ballpark of at least 20 minutes,
Yeah,
20 to 30
it
minutes,
seemed pretty long.
which is like kind of wild. Because remember last season, Devin stole Jen for like 5 minutes,
Yeah,
even less to get ice cream, and
yeah.
they were all heated.
Hmm.
So I do kind of understand for like how long she took him for. Um, but I think maybe I'm just like I've watched so much of this show now where I'm just like, dude, that is the name of the game. Like there are no rules. Like they're like, isn't this against the rules? And I was like, bro, there aren't no rules.
There are no
They
rules.
always, if you say, "Can I steal you?" they have to leave. You know, like they always
Hmm.
have. I don't think any bachelor has ever like said that, but that's definitely like implied by how often it happens.
Yeah, and I've
Um,
always theorized there's like the Bachelor, or I'll say the
the lead.
lead, the Bachelor or Bachelorette, they are not allowed to say no to being stolen
Hmm.
away because like they always say yes even when it's the most unopportune, awkward time. They're always like,
And when it's like,
"All right, sure, steal me
yeah,
away."
and when it's like really like just kind of mean too, or just like,
Yeah. And you
because then
think
like,
like anyone with integrity would like stand up to
yeah,
this person
exactly,
butting in on an intimate conversation, but
yeah,
never happens.
never
So
happens.
that's just the name of the game.
Yeah,
That is a rule. That is an
yeah,
unspoken rule, I'm pretty sure.
unspoken rule for sure. Um,
Not allowed to resist being
so
stolen.
yeah, then so anyways, yeah, stolen for 30 minutes. Now, what were your thoughts on Zoe at this time? Adeline, inline, rough and
I mean,
feathers.
definitely. Here's the thing. You're right. There are no rules about this. Like, oh, you can do whatever you want. Um, but I just feel like those people never win
Mm.
because it's not a
Well,
nice thing to do, and usually the nice people win.
hmm,
I think a few times the villain has won, but
yeah.
it's
I think
very
Devin, I
rare.
guess, is like the closest thing to like a villain that has won. But I don't even like he was. I feel like Devin was super within his lines.
Totally, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Pre-knowing every,
Pre, no,
aside from
yeah,
everything we
exactly.
know now,
Aside from everything we
um,
know now.
which doesn't that didn't affect his arc on the season, but yeah. There's a fine line between like speaking up for yourself and then being a jerk. I don't know. Like you got the Devons. I feel like whenever he'd open his mouth, I was always like, "Yeah, tell it how it is."
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But especially that was true with Maria on Joey's season. Like she was
True.
pretty flamey, but it was like it was every time I was like, "Hell yeah, that's exactly what's going on."
Yeah.
There was this is before I watched, but there was this guy like Ben something. I forget his name, but anyways, he picked the villain as the winner.
Oh wow.
So he's in contention for like the worst bachelor ever because
He
like he
picks the
literally
villain.
picked the person that nobody wanted.
Damn. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always do have. But yeah, I guess we were saying before, since it's such a good cast, it was like Zoe. I guess is kind of a villain for how long she took him for, but I feel like her explanation and stuff. What like she's not being
Dude,
super like mean girl about it. I feel
dude,
like.
that's what was crazy. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen it to this extent, but like, usually when someone steals the lead,
Uh-huh.
I think that's just a sign of like they're usually kind of emotionally immature
Mm.
and they don't really respect the other girls, and but yeah, the weird thing is after the basketball game, all the other girls like asked Zoe like
Heated.
what the hell,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah,
usually what
yeah.
goes down, and then usually it turns into this like nasty fight, like everyone's calling names and doing all, it just gets nasty. Zoe was so well spoken, like
Yeah.
I was basically convinced. I'm like, damn, yeah, you're right. That's why we're here is to
Yeah,
get
it's
time
why
with
you're
him.
here.
I'm like, damn, okay,
I
I
think
see it. I've never had a villain convince me they were right.
I know. She might be like a low key master manipulator because like
Yeah.
also the so we're jumping around here now, but it's all. But I think like in the was I think it was the night portion of that same date. It was like Carolina. No, not Carolina. Juliana, who I forget who we're naming. Oh shit, we had a name for. Oh, Rachel.
Rabies.
Rabies. Rabies.
Rabies.
Yeah, Rabies had a good chat, or is having like a good chat, and is we all know Rabies is like a front
Oh,
runner.
I think it was actually the boxing girl, Allie Joe.
Well, it was Rabies first, so
Oh, and then Allie Joe
yeah,
went in.
and then
You're right.
so
My
yeah,
bad.
Rabies is talking with Grant, and like and then Zoe comes in and interrupts them mid conversation, which is the name of the game. Maybe it was a little bit early, and like that's we obviously also too as the watcher you don't know how actually it all went down as far as like
Hmm.
how little time Rabies got with him. Um,
Hmm.
but here's the weird thing that we do know is then anyways, so Rabies comes down and she's like, "Oh,
We,
yeah, I
by the
got
way,
interrupted by Zoe.
we love Rabies. Or at least
Rabies love you, by the
I
way.
think she's
Rabies love
awesome.
you. Yeah.
She handles it so
Rabies is
well.
like, yeah, guess who interrupted me? Teehee. Yeah, she's also she's positioned herself like in the perfect of like
Oh, it's
letting people
crazy.
know how it is, but not letting her like
Yeah.
fully get to her. Allie, dude, she is under Allie Jersey's skin. I'm calling her Allie Jersey because she's from New Jersey. Allie Jersey's skin.
Wait, what
Uh,
about calling her Rocky? Because she's a
Rocky.
boxer, and I don't know,
Oh,
New Jersey's
true.
kind of
Okay,
near New York.
Rocky. Oh yeah,
She's
Philadelphia.
got that. She's got
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
Jersey, New York accent.
yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Rocky
Rocky.
hears that, and Rocky's like, "I'm going in."
Yeah, Raji. Well, actually, how about this? Raji, because it's like with the J, trying to
Raji.
alley Joe. Raji. I don't
All
know. Holy. I'm
right,
also
all right.
frick it. Let's go Rocky. Anyways, Rocky's like the classic salmon. Say less, and he goes up there,
Yeah.
interrupts her. Um, and then she says the classic that never happens. Well, actually, okay, maybe it's not over exaggerating. Like, can we just have like a couple more minutes? And they're like, "Oh, you've had plenty of time." And
Mm-hmm.
then, so then she steals them. And then this is weird. Um, this might have happened before, but none comes to recent memory. But yeah, like when Rocky steals Grant, they literally just go to like a couch over, like within like I
Oh,
don't know,
yeah.
20, 30 feet of where they
Across the
were.
room.
Yeah, literally just across the room, and there's like this giant pillar made of like books or whatever. It's like a bookcase pillar. And Zoe's just like standing behind it, just like listening in on their conversation, just like super like what the
Yeah.
frick, and then of course not enough time. She emerges and be like, "Can I steal him away? I just want to say my goodbye." And see, that's like a moment like that is where there's the whole steal back and forth. Is where I feel like if you were Grant, like if say if I was the Bachelor, right, and I like and say I could say yes or no. I feel like that
Mm-hmm.
would be a time where I'd be like, hey, like I really understand, but we can just finish up here. I'll be right with you in just a few minutes. Like,
Yeah, I'll be right with you.
yeah, I'll be right with you. But also maybe it's the name of the game because like he doesn't want to. Somehow like they never. Also, yeah, one reason why it must be a rule I just realized is because the contestants never get mad at the lead for agreeing to get stolen. By the way, which I just
True.
realized is
They
interesting.
must know the rule.
They must know the rule.
They know the game.
Because, like, if you were having a conversation with the lead and this, like, guy just keeps being, like, a jackass and keeps stealing her, you would be like, damn, bro. All right, fine, bro. Keep stealing. You should say something, you know? You would maybe
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
turned
that'd be a
off
red
that,
flag.
yeah, exactly, that she's not calling him out on his bullcrap.
Yeah.
Um, so, yeah, I just realized that's
Yeah.
one reason
Also,
why it
some
must be a
more
rule.
sneaky behind the scenes. We've seen this before, but we saw it again. So stealing someone away is super normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think that's how almost every conversation ends. But I think it's all about like, did you give him enough time or something? Because they showed Chloe stealing away someone else,
Okay.
but it was
Yeah,
super. They
yeah.
didn't make a big deal about it. Like they were just like, "Oh, the time ended. Cool."
Mm-hmm.
But they almost never. It was like an accident that they showed it, or they actually just
Yeah.
showed her head like peeking out from a door and then they ended the conversation.
Nice.
Anyways, point is, yeah, the stealing happens more often than they show, but it's normally like a chill
Yeah.
steal. It's like, oh, you're done.
Yeah, they must
Cool.
like yeah, I
Let
don't
me
know what the norm
take
is. If
over.
it I was actually thinking about this episode is like how long it made me really think like how long do those conversations usually take? Because like when you're watching as a watcher and you're like the cocktail party is canceled. Like the last cocktail party is like you're nearing the end of the episode, like you're almost done. And so I'm trying to think like but how long actually is that night? Classic Salmon. The
Mm,
night is young. It's like
yeah.
no it's not. It's over.
It's
Jesse
over.
just told us.
Yeah.
Oh, Jen's season was terrible, but dude, that those contestants, bro, holy moly, were they just so funny?
Yeah.
No, it's
And
not.
those
It's over.
Sam N generated some of the best lines of all time.
Oh yes,
That was
yes,
crazy.
yes, yes.
Um, oh, we're jumping back to where we were, but the
Jump.
basketball date though, production was brutal because they're supposed to all get time with him, and then it was like the moment Zoe came back, and they're like, okay, finally, let's resume the date.
Oh
And then
yeah,
Jesse pops in, he's like, all right, guys, the date's over. It's like, you
yeah.
couldn't have given
Time.
him a little extra time. Of
Yeah,
course
that's
not.
true.
They're probably like, all right, she's back. Send Jesse in.
Yeah, exactly.
All the girls are just extra pissed that they didn't get time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Dead on. Dead
Um,
on. So that's the basketball date. Move on to the one-on-one.
one on one. Yep.
Which, yeah. Okay, thoughts on the new one-on-one first impression rose? Because it's fully done now.
Fully
So
done now.
thoughts?
Yeah, I really like it. It gives the first impression rose like actual meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of
Mm-hmm.
just it's really just a formality.
It's really just
Um,
like a hey, you can go in an
yeah.
hour or two. We'll have a rose ceremony, and you don't have to worry. But then you have to
Yeah,
start
my
worrying because
yeah,
then.
exactly. My joke is that production is like we can't have another Greer situation.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the Bachelor is just so notorious for not following through on the first impression rose. Like
Yes.
Greer got the first impression rose, and then she just got done so dirty. Like
Oh my gosh.
not
Do you
only was
remember?
she kind of the number six crumbler, I guess Jesse was. The
Oh, that's
Swifty.
right.
But Greer
Swifty.
was also like, oh, she had that weird incident where like Zach got COVID and they were
Yes.
zooming, and
Yes.
she tried to
Relate
relate
to
to
him,
him
and he was
being
just like,
quarantined
it's
by
not
like I
really
was
the same
quarantined
thing.
once and I couldn't go to work. Yeah, and he's like, "Whoa, don't compare my love journey to
Don't
work."
compare like
I was
my
like,
love
"Jeez,
life is.
bro."
It's like, bro, she just tried to relate. My gosh.
Yeah, chill.
Yeah, no,
Anyways,
like, you're so right. Also, the one
can't have
funny
another
thing about
Greer.
yeah. Also, the funny thing I remember about Greer, at least, was like they went to London and it was like a tea date. They went on with Gabby or whatever. Like Zach went on like this tea date with
Oh,
Gabby. And Greer's like just crying. Just like, I even have like a tea coffee tattoo because I just like love tea, and I just felt like that was my date
uh,
rose, my date
he's like,
card.
yeah, T was like her personality trait or something.
Yeah, but
She was so
anyways, yeah,
so
wild.
she was so
But
broken
yes,
over that one.
so broken. But yeah, with this new date, I think it
Yeah,
was good
what do you
because
think about
it
the one-on-one or
also
the new format?
um I think yeah, it definitely adds something to the first impression rose, which I think is important. But it did make me think. I was like, okay, in some ways though, it's a pretty strong thing because then you're like, because I was like, who doesn't give a rose after the like one of the first one-on-ones, you know? So if you get that
Mm-hmm.
first impression rose, it's almost like you're good this week and the next week. But
Yeah, that and
but
that's higher stakes too.
yeah. So
Makes that first impression really worth it.
it is like yeah, it is like dang, okay, it is for real. Like which I do think is needed because in the long scheme, who's like 2 weeks is like if you get the first impression rose, you should be going to week two, I guess, because this is week one because it's just night
Mm-hmm.
one, week one. Yeah, you should probably be going to week two. Um, so
Or I guess week 3 is
or
what.
we, yeah, it's weird because it's like, do you count the limo night a whole week, or do you count this week too?
Man,
Um,
that's the old off by one era.
yeah. So,
Um, I
anyways,
don't know what I think when they title the episodes, they call
I
it
think
week
it's
one,
called
week
yeah, like
two.
week one, week two, week three, but
Right, right. Anyway,
um,
you make it to episode 3.
you make it to episode three, yes. Um, but yeah, I feel like they're gonna go pretty dang far. Um, that was a pretty chill date too. It reminded me of the date of Clayton and Michelle when she sent Clayton home. The whole
Yeah.
like museum date or whatever. Um, but yeah, but yeah, pretty
You know
chill.
what? You
Honestly,
know
to be
what?
honest, I
I
didn't
thought
really pay
about.
attention to that date too much. I think it was
Yeah.
in the background. I forget exactly what
I
was
will
happening.
say I think that style of date where they went to an empty mall
Mhm.
and they got to go to all the stores and play all these games. It was like it was like playing a bunch of mini games.
Mhm.
That's so overpowered from a date standpoint because it's like you can bond over ping pong, you can bond over riding these weird mall
Mm.
horses, you can bond
Mhm.
over playing the piano, and it's like it's just overpowered to have like 10 mini games as your date instead of
Mm.
like one giant
One giant
game.
thing.
And it's like if the game sucks, rip. Like I mean, think about like Jen and Sam the Builder's date. I mean,
Yes.
also
The
he kind of
skywalk
effed it
thing.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this the yeah. So they went to the top of this space needle thing and then jumped off, bungee jumped or something. I forget. But
Some of the
anyways, he effed it up. But also, was like, dude, you only had one shot at that date.
true. Yeah.
There was only one activity, and he he messed up big time. But with these like mini game dates, it's like, oh, we have fun playing ping pong. I forget what all they did, but
Yeah.
yeah, it
They
was
were the one
nice.
thing that was funny was like the jumping on the bed thing, and I don't know if it was production. They like added a crack, but they definitely were like, "Oh shoot."
True.
Um,
Yeah, they
but
probably added a bigger
a
crack.
bigger, but yeah, jumping on the bed and it cracked, breaking all this
Yeah,
mall's crap.
any sound effects you gotta doubt
Yeah,
in
true.
The Bachelor. But that's the fun is trying to call him out.
Yeah,
I
true.
still can't believe Batch fan take for calling him out on
The
that
scream.
scream. He's
Holy
like,
moly.
oh, they're like zip lining in Batch in Paradise, and he's like, wait, that reminds me of another scream from like 8 seasons ago. It's
Yeah,
like, what?
that is crazy.
That's insane.
They're using the same scream.
Crazy. So, um, and then okay, on to this. Also, Alex seems awesome.
Alex seems awesome.
I'm convinced she's in the top 2. I don't know
Yeah,
if you're feeling that.
yeah, I feel that too. She's also
Yeah.
got, she literally, I think it maybe not being in the group dates and stuff helps. Um, but the no drama, for sure. She is like in this
Yeah.
no drama sphere. Um, but
She's in
yeah,
the no drama
a
sphere.
lot to talk about on this next date though. A
Yeah,
lot of
man.
good. So date starts off, um, which yeah, this time too. Is there just less contestants this time? Because everyone went on a date. Because I know like sometimes not everyone goes on a date, a group date.
I thought maybe I couldn't pick out anyone that didn't go, but I remember that has happened
Oh,
before.
yeah, it's definitely happened before. Oh, you're saying maybe someone didn't go and I didn't realize.
I feel like everyone went, but
Okay.
the
It's
thought crossed my
possible. I
mind where
didn't.
I was like, "Wait, who is this?"
Yeah. But
Yeah,
anyway, so they go into this like auditorium. Anyways, this guy's singing Mario. And I don't know about you, but I
Mario,
was like, bro, who's this guy?
dude,
Every time.
same.
Yeah. And everyone's
But I
like coming,
guess
like singing this song. Let me love
Mario's
you, love
huge
you.
though, or Mario had a huge song though,
Yeah,
like the
it's
one
like
he
a
was
billion
singing.
streams.
Yeah,
I haven't heard
billion
it before
streams.
though.
I'm like, damn, all right, I guess I just missed out on this
Yeah.
2000s culture.
Yeah. Maddie knew
Um,
it, but dude, yeah, I like when everyone was like singing the song, I was like, dude, if I was there, I would just be like, just like not knowing the word.
yeah,
I felt like
the
everyone at the
one.
date was singing the words. I was like, at first I
Well,
was like,
and
this is
Zoe,
Cap.
Zoe knew who it was.
Yes,
I was
yeah,
like,
same.
what? Maybe it's a
Yeah,
girl thing.
yeah, yeah. Okay, maybe. Definitely that R&B kind of
Yeah, yeah.
sad girl
If you're
vibes.
a guy, you have no reason to know this song.
Oh, Mario.
No reason to know about Mario.
Um, but yeah, then, dude, I don't know if they've done a date like this, but having people, they're like, oh, we're gonna have you sing and like sing the performance. I'm like, holy
Yeah, that's pretty
Moses,
ballsy.
that is ballsy. Because one thing,
I
I mean, I
actually
said it
like
last
it
episode.
though. I like it from like an anarchist perspective. Like if I'm trying to just make it entertaining, like
Mm,
dude, that's so much better than like having them strip
yeah,
naked like some well, not
that's
literally naked, but
true.
they'll do these like strip
Yeah, yeah,
dates and
yeah.
I'm like, bro, what's worse, like having to strip or having to sing? I think
True.
making them sing is way more entertaining. Like
I
that's
tell you what, Yusef's daughter would think is more entertaining. Just kidding.
true.
To get
Attach
Yusef as a
more for
daughter at
you.
home. Um, but yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, way better than stripping or some of this other stuff. But they've done like poetry slams or some kind of like weird contest, like
True. Yeah.
um, which I think is. But yeah, honestly, the cringe, dude, it was thick
Yeah.
on the cringe, like some thick
It was
caramel
thick
you
on the
boiled
cringe.
for too long, dude. That was
So
whole. The one
wait
that really
on.
got me.
Yeah, I want to hear
Actually,
what
let me
was
ask
your
you first.
top
Which is
cringiest performance.
okay? My
Maybe
top
on the.
cringiest. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Maybe we should do it up together. Like say.
Sounds good.
Okay, I know the name of the girl that was cringiest
I
to
think I
me.
have to double check. I
I
do.
gave her a nickname though, so we could talk about that too. Gave her a
Um.
nickname after this.
Oh, you gave her a new nickname.
I gave her a new nickname. This girl. We didn't have
Oh,
one
okay,
before.
okay, okay. All right. Yeah, we can saying the name. All
All
right.
right,
Um,
three,
three,
two,
two,
one.
one.
Rebecca.
Dina.
Oh, Dina. Okay.
Oh, Dina had this like,
Oh, what? Remind me of Dina. Yeah,
dude.
I
It
forget.
wasn't so much of like, and here's the thing that lets me know that like it might have been like really cringe is you only got one little clip of it, and the one clip you got was like
Oh.
super cringe. But
Oh, okay.
she like did one of these, and she's like, "When you smile, you got me on edge or whatever." And it was like, dude, the singing was just so bad. It was,
Oh,
it was so
jeez.
bad. Or like your smile gets me on edge, and she does the classic like, I don't know, drop it like it's hot or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just rough. I did actually watch the Batch fan take, and he does. So he starts off the episode with the dancing and the cringe, and he like gets that one Michael Scott face where he's just like, it's just so perfect.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Well, dude,
'cause that's exactly
you've
how I
been
feel. Just
Your feed has been lagging out for me a little bit.
Mm,
I don't
yeah.
think it has been. I can hear you, but your picture, like, you're at like
Okay.
one frame every 10 seconds. But
Okay.
you just, it hasn't been a problem. But your face just froze on the Michael Scott face.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
funny.
No, I think it'll be fine in the recording. I just had to
Yeah, I
save.
think it records on our ends
Yeah.
individually and then stitches them, which is pretty
Yeah,
slick.
exactly.
Um,
Um,
but yeah.
okay, so Rebecca, dude,
Yes.
for me, what made it, she was the one that went last, or at least they showed it last.
Yeah,
And
she's
she goes
the
in,
manifesting girl, right? Oh, yes.
I think so, I think so. So anyways, then just to give you the contrast here. So we had Latia, who's the Mormon girl.
Mm.
Mormon girl was like, she went into this like, I cannot sing. This is so far from my comfort zone. I can't even see my comfort zone from here. And then she did a really good. She handled it really well. She like went up and just like did a little. What did she even do? She didn't sing, but she basically said something nice.
Just
Or,
like a rap or something. I
yeah, I
forget.
think she just said something, maybe like a little
Mm.
poem. I don't know. Whatever. It was one of those things where like they aren't comfortable and they bail, but in a good way. But then
Yes.
Rebecca, they show her before her performance, and she's like, "Oh, this is just where I live. Like this is my comfort zone." And I'm like, "Uh oh," you get those overconfident people. But
Yeah.
usually, if it's singing, I'm like, "All right, she's probably pretty good, I guess." Dude, she comes out, and her voice is just like wavering on the verge of falling apart. Oh, I can't even do it justice, but
Yeah.
and with
They were
no
all.
music, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
dude.
I should have written down what she said, but what she said was cringe. The way she sang it, it sounded like her voice was gonna crack any second.
Yeah.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm
It's.
saying that I'm
It
not
was.
judging her. It was like horrible to experience. It was hard to
Oh,
watch.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Dude, that date was hard to watch. The only performance that I did kind of tolerate was the one that won, which was hold on, we have a nickname for her. Um,
Cryolina.
Cryolina, thank you. Which yeah, I think she
Yeah,
did cry a little
Cryolina,
bit.
the
So
girl
yeah,
that will not cry on the show. She doesn't
yeah,
want to be
yeah.
known as the girl who cries.
But Bob was becoming a crier. She couldn't stop crying. Anyways, uh, but yeah, then Cryolina comes out, throws in her Puerto Rican flair, and gets Grant like swooning. So he picks her, and then
Yeah.
something happens where I was like, this is like weird. This is like Bachelor entering the real world, and they don't know how to like really interpret
Mm.
it, and it's kind of like this weird vibe. Because this is the most interesting part of the whole episode to me, is like, so after after Cryolina wins, Grant picks her. They like start dancing, and Cryolina just like starts making the
Dude.
most of the moment, and they start like hardcore making out,
Yeah.
saddling up Grant, and like all the other girls just gotta sit there and watch. And here's the thing, dude, is that has happened like before, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Like
totally.
these dates happen and like stuff like this just like happens.
But she was sucking, bro. She was sucking face. It was not
Yeah, she
just.
was.
Also, sorry. Before I gotta interrupt you. The
Mm.
thing that was so funny is the way they edited that. Like, so they show like they show Cryolina in a side interview like before she's sucking face. Like I think it
Mm.
shows her and Grant just kind of dancing together, and then she's
Okay.
like, and then in the side interview she's like, it was so fun. It was like we forgot everyone else was there. Bam, and then she's just like on him, just like
Oh, that's
aggressively
funny.
making out,
That's
and
funny.
I'm like. And at first it sounded romantic, and then they showed that, and I'm like, oh damn, she forgot they were there. It wasn't like We forgot everyone was there.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
oh
that's
damn, they
funny.
forgot.
Oh, damn,
They
they
straight
forgot
up
everyone
forgot.
was there. Oh, that's so good. That's so true.
But 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 yeah, you're right. That kind of thing does happen pretty often. That was definitely
It definitely
uh
was kind
it
of
was pretty it
crossing the
was pretty
line
hard.
a bit,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, like it was wild because
Nothing
like I feel
crazy.
like that stuff's kind of happened and most people just like it's the name of the game,
Yeah.
and they brush it off.
It's
But like
uncomfortable, but
all
you
of the
forget
girls
about
were like mad at
it.
Krylene and Grant, but they couldn't like they weren't justified. Like so they
Yeah.
were just like it's just like a new experience and stuff and they were just making yeah, it was kind of a weird vibe.
They all know they would have done the
They
same thing.
exactly. They all know they would have done the same thing. They all
Hmm.
like that's why like it was a moment of like they went back in the real world where it's like, yeah, if you were like dating this guy and he starts like sucking face, girl starts grinding him, he's like grabbing her booty, and you'd be like, all right, yeah, I'm probably not dating that guy anymore, or what?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Honestly. Um,
this is the worst.
and then yeah, and then the weird thing that happened after that was like I think Krylene is like pretty nice.
Mhm.
Um, I think she likes to be considerate. So like, anyways, the girls are like talking about the vibe being off, and then
Mm.
she's like, "Oh, is the vibe off?" And then they explain to her that I don't know, she went over, she crossed the line, and then she started feeling really guilty. Anyways, then it ended up not turning too bad, but
Yeah.
I feel like she kind of wasted her time with Grant because then when Cryolina talked to Grant, she's like, "Oh, I feel guilty," and then it ended good, but they could have talked about something else.
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah,
know.
no,
We'll
I
see.
agree. It
Bummer
was
for
just kind of
Cryolina.
yeah, poor Kryolina.
And
But
then
it did
go
go
ahead.
but yeah, they were like and it was also weird where like they were mad at Grant too, for like but they couldn't quite but they like him, so they couldn't quite figure out it was like a weird vibe of like it's hard to tell him I'm upset with you without saying I'm upset with
Yeah,
you because
you
but
signed up for this
oh
show.
but dude, one thing I thought right after is I was like, dude, Grant is either just like, yeah, just a great guy and a great calmer down person, calmer downer, or bro's like a master manipulator. Because let me get this straight, bro. He went into a room with like 6 women, pretty heated,
Oh,
and they were
yeah.
all swooning by the end. And like, dude, like I remember thinking, I was like, there is no way he's gonna
Mm.
save this. Like this date, this whole thing is just like over. And he just like at the end, everyone was chilling. Even Cryolina was like, yeah, he made me feel good. Everyone was like, yeah,
Yeah.
it feels good, feels good, feels good. And I was like, wow, bro did it. Bro, it was like a perfect game in baseball. Like he pitched a perfect. It
Yeah.
was crazy.
He went into the Matrix fighting like 50 Agent Smiths, and he beat them all.
Yeah. Yeah,
One by
exactly.
one. Took them out.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's so true. Also, this is where Rebecca gets her nickname. I guess so she's gone now, so
Mmm.
it doesn't matter.
Damn, yeah.
But dude, it actually worked so well. She was the Vulcan.
Oh, Vulcan. How so?
Yeah, so like when she started, she was the first one that Grant talked to in the date.
Mm-hmm.
So he sensed the vibe was a little weird. So he like pulls
Mmm.
her first for some reason, and then he's like, "So yeah, so how you feeling? Like, is everything okay?" And she was just instantly like swooning just because he asked. Um, but actually, sorry, we only knew she was swooning because of her side interview. What she actually said was
Oh.
super weird, like robotic. She was just like, "Oh, I'm feeling very good. Thank you for asking." It was like, oh, it was like no emotion, super red. I'm like, oh, this girl's a Vulcan, and then and also,
I love how your mind goes. They're not a robot or whatever. A freaking Vulcan.
he's a
That's funny.
Vulcan, dude.
Freaking
And
Vulcan.
I guess Zoe actually started this because Zoe said Zoe said this last episode. She's like, "Oh, that girl could be on Star Trek." I don't know if it was. I think it's like her eyebrows are maybe kind of high,
Oh, like
um,
the Vulcans. I see. I
and her
see.
hairdo, and maybe just she has a
Let me
very
see
skinny
here.
face, which is kind of like a Vulcan thing. Like Leonard Nimoy was a pretty skinny dude.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyways, and then as the night went on, I forget what something else happened. I was like, "Oh yeah, she's the Vulcan." She
She's
did
the
something
Vulcan.
else weird that was like super Vulcan-esque. Yeah, she was like very emotionless. She always talks with that same intonation.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, thank you very much. That's
Thank you very
very
much.
nice to ask.
Nice.
Anyways, the Vulcan.
The
Goodbye.
Vulcan. Goodbye, the
Live long.
Vulcan.
I said live long and prosper when
Live
she
long and prosper.
couldn't get a rose.
Indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah,
So,
wow. And then final rose ceremony, bachelor cocktail hour was not canceled.
it's not canceled.
Um, was there any moments besides, of course, we already talked about it because it was so
Yeah.
big.
You hinted at it. But one thing I want to say is so Grant starts a cocktail ceremony and cocktail party. Tells all the girls like,
Oh,
"Oh, I'm looking for love, blah, all these things." And emotional availability. He dropped that one in
oh
there.
yeah, yeah.
And then like the next three girls are all like, "I'm so like, glad you said emotional availability. That's what I'm looking for too."
Oh
And it's like,
yes.
what? It's like that's what everyone's looking
I
for.
know, I know,
But
I know.
I mean, imagine if he walked in and he's like, "I'm looking for love," you know, what standard thing you say, and then every girl's like, "I'm so glad you said that. I'm looking for love as well." It's
Yeah,
like,
I'm so
come
glad.
on.
Yeah, I think even someone was like, you really are here for the right reasons or something. I was like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, yeah.
And
So,
I
so that
am
was funny.
too.
So then I pictured Grant after like the third girl. Because first it was Beverly, then it was Ellie, the card girl that got sent home.
Damn.
Then it was another girl and they all were like so touched by the emotional availability.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I could see it in his face. He was like, "Why did I say those godforsaken words?"
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, damn. Emotionally, he's like, no, I want someone emotionally unavailable. Someone that's not. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. Definitely is implied. But
Yeah, that was the episode, right?
that was the
Any other
episode. I
cocktail
think.
party thoughts?
Um, I'm trying to think if there's any more. Oh, one thing. I think you kind of mentioned it a bit, but the Zoe thing. If yeah, Rocky and Zoe did have a little bit more of a squabble. I think it was after
What was
the,
it?
cause like, oh, that's what it was. So rewind the tape back to after the basketball date, the after evening party, whatever. Um, Ro Zoe steals Grant from Rocky. Rocky goes back down. Zoe comes back down, and then Rocky just freak like the southpaw that she is, bro, just goes like, "What is your problem with me?" and then and yeah, it was crazy because she also does. I feel like yeah, she handled it super well, and
Oh, yeah, that was
one of
intense.
one of the things too. I feel like a lot of times the villain, not always. There's some villains that are like truly an island. But yeah, like a lot of times villains have like at least one or two people they're like chill with and they
They're
conspire.
peons.
Yeah,
They
the
have the
peons.
peons.
Dude, Zoe doesn't have any peons. And so like that was one
Yeah.
thing is that like Allie Joe and like all these other people, they were like talking crap on her at the bar up there and she was just like sitting by herself with no peons. Like
Yeah, that
Rocky's
was
got
pretty
peons,
wild.
but I think she is a peon, but she thinks she's got peons. She's their peon because Homegirl's gone, like, at least next episode.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so, man, we keep making these nicknames for people that are going to be gone right away.
Our best nicknames for the ones that are leaving,
Yeah.
but
Rabies
maybe
will
that's
stay a
because the
while.
rabies. Oh yeah, rabies will
Rabies will be a
stay.
minute.
Cryolina will stay.
Cryolina will stay.
Batch Lore Quads, these are the names to remember.
Yeah.
We got Mormon Girl. We got um
Llama.
there's another
Drama
Llama
Llama.
Girl. We just
Llama girl. Blank girl. This girl. Drama Llama. Shama.
oh, the
Shama Llama
Crystal.
Ding Dong.
Any thoughts on
Oh,
the did
Crystal
any
bitch.
nicknames settle with the Crystal Girl?
Crystal bitch.
Any nicknames feel right to you?
What name is Parisia?
I was trying to see if any or Natalie.
Wait, what?
Natalie is the Crystal
Oh,
Girl.
you're. Oh my God, I forgot about Nat. Dude, Natalie seems so normal. She literally hacked my subconscious to forget that she was
Mm.
Crystal Girl and put it on Parisa, who's like the AI, fucking, the
Oh yeah,
AI
Parisa.
slides, the AI slides girl.
And
Dude, I
Parisa is Rachel, like Matt's Rachel. So I
Yes, yes.
Rachel 2.0.
Rachel 2.0.
Don't go skydiving, Parisa.
Yeah. Natalie, that's right. She's the one that did really good with like
She's
she's like
the
a teacher or
Crystal Girl.
whatever. Or
Yeah, she
some
did really good with the kids at the
she did good with the
basketball
kids.
court.
Natalie.
She did one thing she pulled though, and I feel like it was kind of corny, a little too early, out of place. Was when she was talking to Grant. She went in. She was the old. She pulled the old picture painter move. She's like, I could see our kids. I could see us having a
Oh
family.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
It always. I always go back to on Hannah B's season when frick, what was his name? The number two guy, Tyler. Tyler.
Tyler.
Tyler. He's like, I could. He was on the one-on-one, and he's really
Mm.
scrambling. Like, I think he knows he's not in first. But he's like, yeah, I could see little Timmy running
Oh
across the
my
lawn.
gosh. Dude,
Oh
everyone
my
does
gosh.
that, bro.
It's like
It
when you over paint the picture. It's like too
I
soon.
remember do you know
Wow.
who it also reminds me of too? Cuz yeah, this is a relatively recent or not a relatively recent, a relatively common trope is freaking what's his name? Riley from the greatest season of Bachelor in Paradise ever. He called
Oh
like
yeah.
uh Sunday breakfast, Sunday mornings or whatever is what he called it. So I always
Mm.
pictured Sunday mornings. It's always what I dream of, like my beautiful wife, and we make breakfast and the kids come in and stuff. Do you remember this or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Because I remember that was my first time experiencing. Because remember that was my very first full season was Bachelor in
Right.
Paradise season 7, and I remember being like, wow, how that's so wholesome. And you're like, bro, he was saying the same thing to Tasha a couple seasons ago, and I was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
very common. Yeah, but Sunday mornings.
Yeah. I feel like it's not bad to like paint a picture sometimes. Like I don't know. Some people joke around and do it,
Hmm.
but when you get overly specific and the relationship isn't there yet, it's like, okay, bro.
Yeah,
That's what I'm like.
yeah, that's funny.
They're, they're trying to force it.
Oh, one
I
final
thought his
question
nickname
though.
was
Oh,
oh. I was gonna say
sorry.
for for Natalie, maybe we should
Hmm.
just call her Crystal.
I was
But
thinking that. I was thinking that.
I thought
Now I have a.
I
The
thought of
lag is
meth
rough.
head, but that seemed a little mean.
I was thinking Methily.
Oh, methily?
Yeah, like Natalie and Methily.
Yeah,
Meth,
methy.
Methy, Methly. I don't know. It's still a work in progress. We'll get there.
Yeah, work in
Last,
progress. We'll see.
but yeah,
We'll figger it out, and then she'll
yeah,
get
we'll
sent
figure
home.
it out over there. True. But I
Crystal
think
girl.
this lag is a little
All
rough.
right.
But I'm gonna ask you one last question. Prospects for the new Bachelorette next season. Predictions.
Oh, dang! I haven't even thought about that.
It occurred to
That's
me
crazy.
watching. I was like, wait, we are watching. One of these girls will be the next Bachelorette. Hopefully. Some.
Damn.
So.
Yeah, I don't know what. I guess what do you think? I literally haven't
Oh,
thought about this.
um, 'cause like, yeah, I don't
Hmm.
know. I think it could be. There's a chance it could be like Cryolina or something.
Dude, I was thinking
Um,
that. I don't know why.
I feel like she's just kind of got that like strong like lead kind of like
Yeah,
hopefully wouldn't
yeah.
take no bull crap kind of thing. Um, because I think that
She'd
was
be
the problem
crying a
with
lot though.
she'd be crying a lot though. Because I just don't
And
know if
then
Jen had that. Like Jen, like yeah, Jen. I don't know.
also
Because
Jen
Jen,
was
it
third
was
pick.
exactly the thing
But
about
I
Jen
think I
is
think it goes to show anyone can do it. Like, well, sorry.
no, that's so funny,
I know. Sorry.
bro.
Sorry, no disrespect, Jen.
After
I know you're
Jen,
probably watching
any
this.
obviously anyone could do it.
No disrespect, Jen. Actually, okay, what I meant, gotta
Mm,
justify myself. What I meant is I think more people can do it than you think.
mm,
Because, like, I don't think Jen showed that, like, super strong personality on the show. But hey,
mm-hmm.
with some PR lessons, with some coaching from production, you can get right it.
You
You
can
can get
get
right in
one of the
there.
most self-destructive seasons of all time. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Correlation does
uh,
not equal causation.
yeah.
But I feel like there, to be clear, there are people who definitely could not do it though. Like who would be
Yes.
horrible. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, Cryolina, I could see it. I could
I could
see
see
it.
Carolina.
Through the
Yep, I could
tears,
see it
she
too.
could do it
Through
for
the
sure.
tears, she could pull it off. Um, but yeah.
I feel like
Are they editing that
rabies.
way? I was thinking rabies too. Rabies would be
Do you
like,
think she
yeah,
could do it though?
I think she might be like a Rachel almost. Like I think
Oh,
rabies really
I
is
wonder why.
yeah, exactly. But like I just kind of honestly maybe it's just dude, it might be just cuz she looks like her. I'm just like she's just going to crumble. Like I just yeah, I don't know. I
History
just see her
repeats
crumble.
itself.
History repeats itself. Um
Bro, what if Grant feels so broken?
that was so broken. Yeah, they
What if
haven't
the top
or I
two
haven't seen those previews yet, so I don't know what the one-liner is.
what
But
it Oh, that was another thing. They haven't really been pitching like a moment, you know?
I was wondering if
I guess you haven't been
the
watching.
moment was well you said it last time, but maybe it's just a
There
one-time
hasn't really
thing.
been a fence jump moment.
Yeah, was the
I get well, now they always do these end of season moments. They never do the fence jump moment anymore.
yeah.
But it's like, yeah, the line this season is
I just
I
don't.
just don't know. And then production's like, we gotta go, man.
Oh, that's so good.
I guess
Oh, that's
that's
so
the
good.
moment.
That is. I can sum it up pretty well, I think, hopefully.
Yeah,
But
hopefully.
all
But
right.
what if he goes and talks to like his final two and he tells them, guys, I was intimate with both of you.
Yeah, true. Both of you.
I
And
feel so broken.
I'm so dude, yeah, that was such a rough. Oh man. I do think well,
Ugh,
I was gonna
gosh.
say generally I do think the Bachelorette seasons are like more of like the typical success than The Bachelor, but I don't know if that's true. These last two, right? Joey's was like perfect. Jen's was complete dumpster fire. Um, so yeah, there you go. And Zach's was pretty
Yeah,
good too, I'd say. And Charity's was pretty good. So
yeah. Damn. I'm not saying this is Jen's fault, but like Jen's season ruined the streak.
yeah. Well,
Damn.
actually, Rabies season, freaking that was trash too, bro.
Wait, who?
The Gabby Rachel. I
Oh, the
tried to
Ray.
combine it. the rabies season.
Was it? That's when the streak finally was. That's when the bad streak finally ended. Was that was the?
Oh, that's
Because
funny.
then Zach was born out of that season, which then started the
Hmm.
good streak.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, very true.
Yeah.
And then Jen snapped the streak. So yeah,
Yeah.
but
Can't
she
believe.
also had terrible. Well, I don't know. She might. Here's the thing: is like we don't know the other guys that she sent home so early. They could have
Yeah.
all been, lovely, but she just kept around freaking horndog.ai and
Yeah.
GPT. Uh, but anyways,
Yeah. I wonder what Maria or
that would have been
Daisy's season
yeah.
would have been. Like where would we be now? Where
I
would we be
do.
now?
There is a crazy chance that um like, do you think production would ask Maria to do it again?
She was loved. She was
Yeah.
absolutely loved. Hmm.
I feel
That's
like no one would
interesting.
care too, you know?
Dude, yeah,
Uh,
no. Well, some people would care probably,
some people care.
but I mean, bro, at one point they literally just brought in Matt James and they're like, "You're you're friends with this one guy who was second
Yeah.
place with Tyler."
Oh, I
So yeah.
did see, I think like Claire tweeted it out or posted on her story. But yeah, because Matt James was
Claire.
supposed to be on Claire's season and Tasha's.
Oh,
But then, like, and
interesting.
Claire said, "Oh, remember that one time where Bachelor picked the guy who I turned down even before the season started because I knew he wasn't here for the right reasons?" And it was like,
What?
wait, what?
What? That's
You got,
insane.
isn't that crazy? I don't know how true it
That's
is,
crazy, dude.
but that's the current tea. Is that yeah, he was like gonna go on Claire's season, and somehow Claire, but that doesn't make any sense though. But I wonder if since like the whole COVID thing, she actually could, she saw, because she could look at the Instagram of everybody beforehand, I think,
Hmm.
and maybe she just
Right.
like I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, that's something Claire posted that I think so.
Hmm. That's
Bit
crazy if
crazy.
true. Oh wow. I mean, I guess it is true.
Well,
So, wait, here's another question though. Who do you think out of Jen's guys, who do you think Daisy would have picked and who do you think Maria would have picked?
wow,
Cuz we
wow,
did
wow, wow.
previously we did talk about how would have Daisy and Maria handled Sam the Builder. But I don't think we
Mhm.
talked about like who they would have picked to win.
That's crazy town.
You know?
Maybe Spencer. Um,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No, it's not. It's over.
I gotta look at Jen. Hold on. Jen.
Dude, I don't know if Maria and Devin, aka Skeet, would have been
Yeah.
gravitated because they both kind of played the same role of like, bro, taking no shit. Although Maria did it way better and wasn't a horrible person at the end. But um, yeah, that would have been sad for Maria if
Oh,
she
maybe
chose Devin.
Austin. He was
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, okay, nice.
Dude, he was a
Uh
solid pick.
oh, Dylan too? I forgot about Dylan. Not other Dylan, other Dylan. Yeah,
Dylan?
Dylan. Oh, I gotta share. Yeah, oh,
Oh,
sorry.
bro. Also,
Dylan. Yeah, not Devin. Dylan. This guy. Can I post pictures in the chat?
you know what else is on the table? Like, would any of them pick Grant?
I was thinking that for a second, and I'm not sure. Okay, wait.
And would
Do you
we
have
truly
Discord
be in a
open?
different universe right now?
If you have Discord open, I'll post Dylan in the Discord.
Okay.
That bro.
Whoa. Oh yeah, oh, I forgot about that guy. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually,
no,
you
he
know
was
who
super
clean
nice.
house? It's this bro right here. Thomas Luz.
Oh my gosh.
Freaking Thomas Luz, man.
Yeah,
Holy
hey, yellow's a
moly.
good color on you.
Yellow's a good color.
That might be
Oh,
the shirt right
Hakeem?
there.
Shit, man.
Oh, maybe Maria and Hakeem. That would be a crazy.
That'd be crazy. Dude, I'm like looking back at all these. Dude, there's quite a few people I don't even remember. She sent home week 1. It seemed like right away pretty decent. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine production. Dude, imagine like production because they have the profile of all these guys like, oh, here's a drama person, here's like the actual good. And they see Jen send home all the good guys night 1, they're like, "Oh."
Yeah. Dude, 100%.
Damn, bro.
That's probably what happened.
And she gives the first impression rose to Sam. They're like, "Oh, fuck, bro."
They're like, we literally cannot help you. They're gone.
They're gone.
They're all gone.
They're all gone.
Oh, that's crazy.
But, yeah, that's. Anyways, that is that.
That is that.
Well, that is that episode. Wrapped up with some good old-fashioned
Another
side
one
tangent lures.
wrapped.
Well, Lord Quads. Yeah. Comment down below who you think the new Bachelorette will be. Like, subscribe, tell your mom, and yeah, stay tuned for the season as well.
Stay tuned.
Especially you, Dayway. Godspeed. All right.